from this place it's better, it's easier to make the world better. I am Beatrix Eichinger. I'm living here for 24 years now. I was in the board of the Association of Integrated Living. When I start tours, I come up here, also down here, and then the people stand here and they say A and O, and I like this very much. And now I am a resident, just a resident, and a member of the association. We built this house and moved in 1996. 2 years later we started to build the Missendorfstraße, which is called Miss Sargfabrik because some people say it's the young sister. The association was founded because we needed a juridic person to get money from the bank. We needed money to buy this site. First the Sargfabrik site and then this site. 1/3 we had to bring in. The second third was the bank loans, and the third was the subsidies from, I don't know how to call it in English, Wohnbauförderung. This is what town and the country pays for building new houses. We asked the people why they want to be here. What can you contribute to this whole thing? We had no kitchen, we had no library. We wanted to have a co-working space, which nobody called that way. Have a look to our laundry. Everybody uses it. The laundry is somewhere in the middle of the project, so the people walk by here. Yeah, the purpose is communication. And therefore you have to pass the apartment and you have to walk around and meet the people and you say hello and goodbye. And so we go in here. This is our badehouse. We want all the beautiful things which are possible. And one said bathhouse, and then they said, great, we make a bathhouse. And the idea was we only have small showers in the apartment and we do a collective bathing. And we decided from the beginning we want to give shelter to people that had to leave their home countries. This is what we call Flexbox. So this is rented out for 3 years. And in the Syrian crisis, we decided to give these flex boxes not to people who are here for a university something, but to give them to refugees. We go up now to the rooftop. This is the sensational rooftop. People that come say, doesn't work that there are growing trees, but it works because it was planned from the beginning. You have to look down here. There is football and playground. This looks like this and ours looks like this. There behind we have a small land for our spices and tomatoes and zucchini. So you get something like this, and then you can have rosemary and lavender and chili. We also have bees here. Yeah, it's so beautiful. My son was in a school, and one day half of the people in this school told me that they will move to Sargfabrik next week. And I knew the Sargfabrik from the beginning. And then I thought, I want to live here too. And then I wrote a letter.
I'm Wolfgang Hutter. I live in the original Sargfabrik, the one and only. When I decided to move to the Sargfabrik, it was about 40 years ago. It's clear I lived alone in a flat. And I had one friend who told me about this Sargfabrik.
So, Robert Elkner. My parents built a house in Tyrol in the western part. So building an own house was not my goal. And then I remembered this project and thought, yeah, maybe this is one little opportunity to to put some craziness into my life.
My name is Christine Goldmark, and I'm living in the house of Missindorfstraße number 10. My relationship with my girlfriend has ended, and I searched for a flat. And I don't like to live alone in a house, and I was very, very happy to have here a flat and to meet people like me or not like me.
My name is Marianne Kugler, and I live here in the Miss Sargfabrik, the second house, for 10 years now. I was living in the landscape in Upper Austria, in a house, but then the relationship ended and I was thinking about, okay, where shall I go? And at that time I was studying community development in Munich, in Germany. Then I understand that if you have communities, you have the better solutions.
There are lots of flowers to be watered in summer. When Corona was, we started a group of people, not so many, but to cook for each other, and we still do that. And this is great because I like cooking, but not every day, and not for me, because it's boring to have a meal by oneself.
I like to repair my own bicycles, and there are some special tools for bicycles I don't have. I know where to go and to ask to borrow it, and I bring it back.
5 years ago, it was very hard for me, and I was so depressed and how to find a way through. And it was so nice to talk to to my neighbor, and then he was asking, and how are you now, and what's going on, and I'm not alone, you know. So and I think it's always going on. So if there is something, there are people I can tell them I'm there for them, or if they need help.
Maybe I can say in a general way, many things that are very important for me, in fact, are not so important.
One of the highlights in the time living here, was Corona. There are always people who phoned me and said, Christine, do you need something? And so on. And people said to me, if you want something, you have to go and say, I need help. And I think I learned a bit. Not too much, but it's only a little bit. And on the other hand, I learned to be not so, was ist pünktlich?
Punctual?
Huh? Na, pünktlich. To be there in time?
To be there in time. I always interested to be there in time, exactly in time. And I have to learn in Sargfabrik. It is not possible. This is not possible.
I always have to leave 20 minutes before I have to leave, because I always meet somebody to whom I have to talk to. And one woman I got to know in the laundry, because I waited for the dryer and she came and then we stood there for half an hour at least and talked about what happened until now. There are so many different people living, but it's also like everywhere, I think, that you always meet the same people. So it's kind of bubbles in the Sargfabrik too.
I think the diversity is not so big. We started to have a big mixture, and also we wanted to have some parents, some grandparents, some children. Everything, an ideal mixture of cultures and so on. But I think what we did not so really check was that it is too small. Huh? We have this mixture in society, but it's not possible to have everything in the mini-cosmos also. Most people came here, I think, so they were searching for a place to live and for a place that is a little bit different. And this is fulfilled, I think. Yeah? In a normal house, you see, there is the house door, and people disappear whoop, and are gone. Everybody has their own vision, how future should be, and it's difficult if this cannot be realized. So we had to realize that there are really different views, and it is not so important to convince the others of your own view, but it is more important to listen.
This is the listening on the one side, on the one hand, and the other thing is that cool down. There will be a solution, and sometimes it takes a long time, but when it's a solution, then it is a solution. And this is very interesting because the people are so different here. You have to get them into a boat, and then we sail together.
I think things will change because the people will change, but not now. It's maybe in 10 years we are another community, and maybe in 10 years the effects of our discussions and of our decisions, then it will have this impact. Average of age is high.
Young people come in, and then they will have 1 or 2 children, and then the flat is too small. It is very difficult to have a constant feeling of community. In the original house, another history. They are fighting, and they have a lot of years to develop the house, to develop themselves, and so on.
What I proposed from time to time, that we all, every year or every 2 years, we change boxes and move to another one. But it is not accepted.
Of course not.
People want to have their own kitchen lifelong, and generally I don't think that we have to maintain the Sargfabrik forever and ever. It is very important that you give something to the next generation.
The spirit.
Yeah,
The spirit.
And the house.
and of course you have many advantages. Simple ones. Garden, the bath, the roof, top. It's not possible to have it as a single person, only if you are a millionaire. And so it's possible. So many things that we enjoy. I was searching for a group of people that would be part of changing the world a little bit. So living alone, it's not enough for me.
I think it makes something with us that it's so beautiful here. This is also an impact. It is easier to change the world from a place like this, I think, because it's so beautiful. Yeah.